New York. 8 million people.
Fire 2 more risottos, that's 4 all day. Fire white.
New York is the undisputed dining capital of the world.
All I want to do is just win.
This restaurant's my life. It's gonna work no matter what.
24,000
And
restaurants.
plates, all the food is sitting here.
You're losing money by the minute.
3 businesses fighting for their piece of a $34 billion industry.
There's always a next great restaurant opening.
Are we as busy as we want to be? No.
$1 million is bull. It really is.
An empire in transition.
With Michael gone, the pressure is unilaterally pointed at me.
For the first time ever, we lost money. We have a problem, and if we don't turn it around, we go out of business.
A fading mom and pop.
The numbers are way down this year.
Our family legacy is on the line here. Go to outside! You let us go home!
We need more customers.
A headstrong restaurateur struggling to win over New York.
If this relaunch does not succeed, I really have to pull the plug on the restaurant.
In this world, you either eat or get eaten.
Trust me, this is not a witch hunt.
Either you're with me or you're against me. You really want me to say that on camera?
I want the truth.
Consumed. Previously on Consumed.
Salud, everyone. Anatoni's is a family-owned restaurant that's been around for 5 generations. My brother, my mother, and I run the business.
I'm here 50 years, and my husband and I ran this restaurant until the day he died.
Anatoni's is not making enough money to sustain 3 separate families. That's it.
Meanwhile, at the meatball shop.
The Williamsburg Meatball Shop is one of our highest grossing meatball shops. It's our #1 most consistently profitable restaurant, and that can't change in any way.
We spent some time going through the information you provided.
How much do you think we can raise?
I'm thinking in the neighborhood of $50 million.
What's it going to cost us?
Probably more discipline in your business.
More discipline?
And at Vermilion.
My end game would be to do for Indian cuisine what Nobu did for Japanese. People love it. They're flocking to it. But within 1 month of opening, our first New York Times write-up indicted us. And my blood froze. We are relaunching a whole new menu in 5 weeks. In your mind, is this better than what we have currently?
No.
Until our team is ready, we will not relaunch.
Today's starting out as a terrible day. I've been on the phone all morning with Tom, who called me because apparently the manager at Bedford Avenue called to say that the Department of Buildings slapped a vacate order on the door. There's some sort of issue with the basement kitchen, and they're threatening to actually shut us down.
People that are walking into the restaurant reading this, and it says, reentry is prohibited due to imminent perilous conditions that can end your life for walking into our restaurant right now. We have a building permit. We did everything by the books. It was signed off by the inspector general. Like everything you're supposed to do, we did. And then the guy just comes down and says, I'm rescinding your approval. 2.5 years after we've built it, to code, following his plans. So we've done absolutely nothing wrong, and they feel like they can just come in here and do it, and they can. And that's the price of doing business in New York.
Hey, Tom, what do we got going on?
Well, we've got a vacate order.
I saw that, and it's a disaster. I mean, that sends customers away.
I don't understand, frankly, but I do understand what the issues are. If you want to go downstairs, we'll take a look.
Yeah, let's take a look.
All right. Essentially, Dan, all your open flame cooking over here is suddenly now illegal. And the other issue here is the second means of egress. They're not accepting this as a second means of egress. Even though I know you went to extremes to put a new hatch in there, what they're concerned about is the safety of the employee. So they want everything out of here, man. All you can put down here is storage in the future.
We've been open and cooking for 2 years. This was inspected. We have a permit. The city signed off on it, and it's built exactly as it was specified, so it makes 0 sense.
I couldn't agree with you more, but that doesn't make that vacate order disappear.
We spent $30,000 installing sprinklers and investing in this safety hatch for no reason.
Basically, the building department is saying that if there was a fire in our basement, there would not be an adequate exit for our employees to get out safely.
They want everything out of here, no cooking, no activity down here. And of course they're saying you gotta take care of this in 30 days.
So we have 30 days to move half our kitchen upstairs?
You're gonna have to redo the whole cooking line upstairs.
And otherwise they just close the doors?
They could put you out of business, bro.
There's no question whether we can get it up to code. We have to get it up to code.
Because?
Because otherwise they close the restaurant down, and closing the restaurant will be a devastating loss.
My mom is in bad health. Right now, I've been at the hospital since last night. She's in a lot of pain. It's bad. It's hard to see her like that, you know? And there's nothing you can do. I mean, you know, I can't do anything for her. You know, I just, you know, I try to be there and comfort her as much as I can, but there's nothing I can do.
Are you worried about it?
Yeah. Of course I worry, yeah. You better believe it. We know we can't be here forever. We all know that. But, a few more years will be nice. The restaurant's very important to my mom. She's been there 50 years with my dad, basically. You know, it's a right on. She wants to see that continue. She wants to see it for her grandkids. You know, like I said, we all can't be here forever, but until she goes somewhere else in this lifetime. She'd like to see that place stay where it is and run by us, the family.
What does success look like for us?
Well, we'll be happy with fantastic reviews in the major publications, especially the New York ones, because you know we spoke about how it was the New York critics that gave you the hard time. So let's bring
Or
those
ignored us.
or ignore it, right?
Yeah.
So let's bring those New York critics into the relaunch party.
To me, this leg, the PR and the marketing, is pivotal to our success. Anita is the publicist that I've hired to generate press for Vermilion's relaunch. Over the last few months, we worked on menu, we worked on service, but now it's all about getting the word out that Vermilion is now better than ever. So positive press is absolutely vital. I think we went wrong in many elements of this when we opened,
Okay.
which didn't do justice to who we are. Two things went wrong. One is results, and two is process. In terms of process, in our first opening, we fed and fated over 40 media at Vermilion, of which 3 of them wrote about us, which I thought was an incredible waste of time, energy, focus. I will never forget when I first read that New York Times dooming us to failure. I felt really, really devastated.
Obviously, you know, I am going to call all my outlets at the Time Out magazine, New York magazine, the locals. Obviously, we'll invite the Eater as well, right?
So Eater, I have very clear opinions about. Eater is a national restaurant and food website. I will say that it is not known for the highest levels of journalism, but is incredibly influential. Eater has written pieces dooming us to failure and talking about how every little bit of us is wretched and awful. They would like nothing better than to see us fail.
I do kind of find their articles a bit off, but, you know, of course, we'll extend the invitation.
Yeah, we'll extend the invitation, but I am not staking my success on winning the hearts of Eater. When I read Eater's write-ups of Vermilion, my immediate initial reaction is I want to, what's the word for revenge?
I want to make sure that the word is out, because that will result to bringing in more business for you.
So it's very clear then, phenomenal reviews and ramped up traffic.
Exactly.
Right? Which is why this relaunch really is make or break for us in many ways, right?
Right.
If through this relaunch I don't see clear evidence of our sales increasing at least by 50% or leading towards that within the next 3 months, then it's a failure. How confident are you that we're on the right track and that we'll win over the New York press?
I'm quite confident. I think this is a great start.
Coming up,
Tonight is our big night. We've been gearing up for this for the last 3 months.
She came and left.
A journalist?
And she is
Irate?
and later,
They screwed us.
They could put a padlock on the door.
It sucks. It absolutely sucks.
How do we fix this situation?
All right, order up here. I got 2 chicken palms. I got a lasagna.
Got some tables coming in?
Yeah, I got a few tables coming right now.
Good.
So it's going good.
You know what I was thinking about?
Wow, what's up?
Since Mom's been in and out of the hospital a lot lately, it's got you thinking more about the family. And I had this dream about Dad last night. I can't explain it, but that idea he had from 15, 20 years ago about having like a band here and, you know, I guess customers obviously enjoying the music from the 50s and the 60s, things like that. Thinking about it, like I would like to do something like that where it's like an oldies type of night where we serve dinner, people dancing, a lot of music, few hours. I mean, I think that's what something that we really should look into
So
doing.
wait, you're dropping an idea on me right now?
Well, I
Is that
mean,
what
you
you're
know,
doing?
I think after all these years that Dad really wanted to do something like this, I think it would be like almost like a dedication to him, a special type of night for him. My father wanted to do something like this. He danced with my mother all the time. He loved doing stuff like that, especially old music. Thinking about a night like that, he would have forget about it. He would have had a great time.
Mom would love this. And maybe just telling her about something really good will just make her feel better and,
Right.
and just get her up and get her excited about something again.
Especially with the oldie music and you know, remembering Dad, all that kind of stuff.
It's the music they grew up on. It's the music they listen to. They always talk about how it was some of the best times of their lives with their friends and hanging out in here. I mean, this is a winner. My mom's been in the hospital, and, you know, so I'm really hoping that my mom could come to this event to see her husband's vision really play out finally. I love this idea of, you know, bring people into what Anatoli's is more, what we're all about, and what it used to be.
The biggest part is first of getting a band. Now you got to figure out who that big. I mean, I have no idea.
Remember Dad always talking about his friend Butch Barbella.
He's older now. I mean, I don't know if he's still doing it. I mean, you know.
We got to find out.
Right.
I got a feeling.
We got to find out again. Touch him, number one.
I got a feeling he's still doing it, so I'm going to Google him up. So that's the best way to do it.
Right.
It's an event. We got food. We got music. We can really hit a home run this one.
I get a call from my manager on Bedford Avenue that the building department has just slapped a vacate order on our front door. We have 30 days to take care of this or the building department shuts us down.
What do you mean? You can never come back?
I don't think you come back from that. I just don't understand how this happened, how they can legally do that, what their legal basis for being able to rescind an approved application that's already been built. I don't understand.
So I have looked into it, and I think I figured out what the issue is.
Yeah, and what is it?
Anytime you have a permit that's open, you're subject to audit. Even though the architect got the permits for the open flame downstairs, he never had the building inspectors come back in and re-inspect. So essentially, they just didn't finish their job, which is why we've been audited. The architect screwed us.
The architect on Bedford Avenue never closed out the permit for the construction. So because we never went in and said, stamp here, this is done, inspect it, the permit was still open for audit, and they came in and audited it, and they decided that it's out of compliance and we need to change it.
We follow the letter of the law that they provided for us, and they're picking on us.
This is a complicated problem. Williamsburg itself is highly profitable, and it's actually putting that at risk. No, we're still considering outside capital, and
The investors coming in are valuing our company based on the future profitability. And if the restaurant's future is at risk, well, the whole company's profitability is in question. They put a vacate order on the door, but there's nothing we can do to have it lifted.
They could put a padlock on the door.
It sucks. It absolutely sucks.
How do we fix this situation?
The most obvious choice is to renovate as fast as we possibly can.
renovate, just get it all done.
Get it done. The other option is to file an appeal.
Yeah. Do we have any idea what our chances of winning an appeal are? Whether we can keep the kitchen downstairs?
I know from time to time exceptions are granted. I don't know if we would qualify for that.
I don't like the idea of appealing. I don't want to appeal. I want to handle the problem now. I don't want to spend my money on lawyers and hesitation. I want to spend my money on definitive action, fixing the problem, and moving on. I think we need to meet with the kitchen designers and figure out whether we can move the kitchen from downstairs upstairs, how much it would cost, how long it would take, and what's involved, what type of filing we need, and you know, chart a course.
Absolutely.
Thank you all for being here. As you all know, this tonight is our big night. We've been gearing up for this for the last 3 months. Tonight is our big relaunch debut. This is our first real test of our new menu to the public at large. Tonight is really key. You are our ambassadors. So excite people about the new dishes. Parsian, you want to add anything?
Yeah, well, we have gone through, and leading up to this, a lot of training. This is the night that we should certainly make sure we deliver that.
We have our regular dining guests. We also have media who are attending. So it is key that we start our relaunch the right way. We have close to 20 media, which is really significant for us. And we need glowing reviews. I want to introduce you to Anita. Anita is handling our launch PR, very much a part of our team.
You guys have been on a long journey to get to here today. And you know, the media is interested. I've called a lot of New York media, a lot of national media, and they do want to know about our menu and about this whole relaunch process. So there's about 18 showing up today, but we've gotten interest from a lot of locals as well.
It doesn't matter. Media, guests, whoever. Just blow them away. If through this relaunch we don't see our sales trajectory building towards at least a 50% uptick over the next 3 months, then it's all a waste, and I don't see this restaurant succeeding. I'm going to be watching each and every table like a hawk. Anybody who's not in sync right now. The team is ready. They've been coached. They've been prepped. The menu is ready. Let's do it. Our singular goal is to win over every New Yorker, one at a time. Okay? All right, guys, good luck.
You guys are hungry?
Yeah. I'm hungry.
Go ahead. You know what to do.
Okay.
It'd be nice.
I want fusilli with no peas. Please.
Okay.
I just want the polenta.
And you?
Just spaghetti.
The flat sauce?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love when my kids are here. It reminds me back in the days when I used to hang out with my father here. Let me show you how to use the knife,
I
please.
know what to do. I use the knife right.
Right, exactly. You put your fingers in.
Can the cheese.
You want cheese? There you go. With my mom being in the hospital, it feels good to have the kids close by. You guys got some homework?
Yes. Just 3.
Just 3?
Yeah.
What's your point?
I don't want to do it right now. How about you do your homework tomorrow in
Yeah,
school?
why don't you do it next week, your homework. And see what the teacher tells you.
She'll already yells at me.
Because you know why? Because you're going to get in trouble anyway in the future, so she just yell at you every day. I have 3 awesome kids. All right, I have my daughter Ava, who's 12. Give me a serious book.
I hope it's not bad.
My daughter Sophia, who's 10.
I run this bar.
You run this bar?
Yeah.
Okay. And I have my son Ralph III, who's 9.
I'm gonna cut my own.
Watch it. What did I say about your fingers? What are your fingers supposed to be?
I don't know.
Pull them in like that. My kids absolutely love the restaurant.
Thank you.
They love coming here, they love hanging out, but they don't quite understand that this is actually work.
Daddy, when we run for donated, can we play tag?
Oh, tag.
Yeah, tag is fun.
As long as there's nobody in here. I want my kids to take over this business, take over this restaurant, and have a completely business-oriented mind out of it. I want to actually show them how it can be done and how it should be done, and the way they could prosper from it the same way we have in the past. You know, I always wanted to tell you, Pop-Up always wanted to do oldies night, oldies music, and he wanted to have people come in and eat and drink and dance and have this good time. So,
Sounds fun.
yeah, we're going to put it together. We're going to have this special night, and it's going to be really dedicated to your grandfather.
Can I work that night?
You want to work the oldies night? Oh, boy. This oldies night event is a huge event. This is really important. Ava wants to work, but I don't know if she's ready to work this event.
I'll take people's orders.
You think you can handle that?
I believe I could do it.
You believe you could do it? All right. You know, my dad would be ecstatic if he knew Ava really wanted to work here and be involved in the restaurant. He would be off the charts, like, loving every second of it and showing her everything and the way he showed us when we were kids. Come here, I gotta show you how to do this. So if we're gonna do that, you gotta get ready for it. You gotta do a little bit of training.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do it. It's a good thing. It's gonna be an important night. Everything's gotta be perfect that night.
It will be perfect.
All right, we'll see. And that's how you carry it on. That's what you gotta do.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you, Sue. Sit. Don't get up. Tonight is our big relaunch debut, and it's the first time our new menu is going to be unveiled to the public at large.
My partner and I, our first date was at your restaurant.
Nice. Thank you.
It's delicious.
Is it?
I've wanted to come in for a while.
If through this relaunch I don't see very clear evidence in the next 3 months of sales increasing by 50%, I would consider this a failure, and then I really have to pull the plug on the restaurant because this is our best shot.
It's a success.
To success. I'll drink to that later. This relaunch is everything for Vermilion's continuity in New York City.
Anthony, this is Rohini Day, the owner of Vermilion.
You're the owner. Okay,
Yes.
I remember you from these wonderful photographs that I already put up.
You're being too kind.
He's a contributor for different
Yes.
publications, Village Voice.
Yes, Talking New York too, New York Magazine.
It's nice of you to join us. I know how precious evenings are. A key part of hosting our relaunch evening is exposing us to the media. The New York City Food Press drives seats into the restaurant. Having them write about our relaunch will be very critical to our business. What is it that interests you about us?
I'm hoping that to learn a little bit more about your chefs and who they are and what their specialties are.
Let's start with the culinary team. I've hired a new team to revamp our menu. And all 4 of us put our heads together, do trials, innovation. It's a brand new menu, but for 4 or 5 flagship dishes. Have you had a chance to glance at the new menu?
I've looked at it only for a second.
No, let me walk you through this. Maybe we haven't done justice in...
Can I steal you for 1 second?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, there's another media person here who has a few questions on the menu, so I'll bring her right back if you don't mind.
I'm going to circle back, but pick a couple of things and we'll see if our chef can pull off a degustation and just so you can get a little bit of a tasting of at least 3-4 appetizers,
All right, thanks very much.
Yeah, certainly.
Hi, Jackie. This is Rohini Ray, the owner of Vermilion. She's a popular New York blogger with no
Lovely to have you
leftovers.
here, Jackie. So educate me. Tell me a little bit more about blogs.
So I started about a year ago, and now I'm at like 15,500 followers.
This relaunch evening is a reason for us to reach out to everybody. You need a refill of that.
I do.
Let's make that happen. So have you had a chance to try a few things?
The arepa was amazing.
Was it?
Delicious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Halfway through our relaunch evening, I am experiencing a duality of emotions almost. On the one hand, I'm ecstatic about how our menu is being received and our food. Flip side is, we had 18 members of the media confirmed they'd be coming to our relaunch, and only 3 have shown up so far. Not the numbers that I hoped for at all.
Yeah. Anthony's here.
Jackie's here.
Latina's here.
Jackie, and Latina. That's it.
Right. And then we did have Margaret as well, who I believe is from a local New York press. I don't know who she was actually with.
Sorry, who's this?
There's a woman named Margaret who had sent an email. Me and Marcian are trying to figure it out. She's a journalist with one of the local New York mags. I'm trying to...
Is she here?
I guess she wrote an email saying that she came and she got turned away. Because she said she was here for a press event. She had a press invite. So I'm just trying to see what happened. I emailed the girl, so I'm trying to figure it out.
I cannot believe that we had a member of media listed and that we would turn them away at the door. Impossible. Marcia, is it true that one press came and...
That's what I need to
I'm gonna
brought to my
forward the
attention.
email, yeah.
So I would have to get to the bottom of it. I want to find out who did that.
The misstep on our part was not to get to that media within the first 5 minutes to explain to them and try and salvage the situation. Did she make it past the host stand?
I wish somebody got me.
In and out in 5 minutes.
When a journalist walks in, flag it right away. One of us should have been at her table, making her feel special. That's so. Okay, so let's just close that loop.
Okay.
Mine. Every misstep is mine.
You want to talk to Janelle?
I will. I'm gonna let her know. It doesn't feel like a night. It feels like a long uphill haul. I'm hearing feedback from our guests.
The food is fantastic.
That's so awesome because you tried the earlier food as well. So is it a success on that level? Yes. But both Anita and I were not happy with the amount of press that actually showed up to this evening. What matters to the business is getting a good review. Unfortunately, it's not an on-off switch. You can't get reviewers to walk in at your beckon and print a review the very next day. But you can seed it, you can do all the right things, but if it doesn't, you can very quickly, then the writing is clear on the wall.
Coming up,
Time is of the essence. But I'm imagining having 36 hours
To move the kitchen upstairs.
It doesn't work that way.
It's at least a week. A week of sales is $70,000, $80,000.
We need to get this done like now.
Today, we're going to be dining with Eater. They've always thrived slandering and lambasting us.
Do you want to hear my honest opinion?
Go for it.
So, all we're really talking about is taking this, moving it to here, oven, steamer, and a worktop.
So today I'm meeting with the new kitchen designers. These guys are supposed to be the best in the business, so they're gonna help us figure out what it's gonna take to move the prep kitchen upstairs.
That's your convection oven.
Now, and what, you need 6 inches out from that?
There's
of
your
the hood?
there's your 24-inch stock pot, and then you just need 6 inches. So you're out to 30. So you're basically going to come out to here.
The good news is that there's room to move the kitchen upstairs. Now it's just a matter of time and money.
We would rather move all the cooking upstairs, have our prep space upstairs, and have downstairs be, storage.
The timeline would be helpful to know so we know what we're going into and what we have to react to.
Time is of the essence. We need to get this done like now. I'm imagining having 36 hours to actually do it.
It doesn't work that way.
There's concrete work that has to be done, tile work.
Yeah.
Things have to set. And then there's a coordination with the fire department. Being realistic, it's at least a week, if not less.
Shutting down the restaurant for construction is a massive, big deal. It ensures that you will do 0 sales. And the meatball shop on Bedford Avenue does between $10,000 and $12,000 per day in sales. So closing the kitchen down for a half a shift means between $5,000 and $6,000. Every day it's $12,000, 2 days is $24,000. A week of sales is $70,000, $80,000. On top of the lost sales, it generates ill will within the neighborhood. When somebody comes to the meatball shop and they find it closed, are they less likely to come the next time? Yeah, they're less likely to come.
We need to get this done, like, really fast. We don't want to, like, reinvent the wheel here.
Well, the good part about it, I think we can handle it, but it
Takes time.
On many levels, our relaunch evening was very disappointing to us. Both Anita and I were not happy with the amount of press that actually showed up to this evening. Eater did not come into our relaunch party. We had invited them. The show's producers, unbeknownst to me, reached out and invited them in for a one-on-one tasting with us. They've always tried lambasting us for 6 years sustained. So this is one that I cannot predict.
For many years, I covered this restaurant for Eater New York, and it was just a disaster of a restaurant. The producers of the show asked me to come by to offer some feedback on the remake.
Have a seat, Greg.
Thank you.
And Rohini, this is Greg from the Eater.
Hi, how are you?
I'm Rohini. Pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Come, do join us.
We've taken the liberty to pull together a few things from the kitchen.
Okay,
Anything
great.
you do or don't eat?
No, I eat everything.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That moves or doesn't?
Everything,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So, what is the biggest change here, do you think, on the menu?
It's still very much hardcore Indian or Latin Indian, but all new dishes.
Yeah.
Right on.
Thank you. So we had kebabs in the past too, but all 4 of these are brand new. I would just ask that you try this with an open mind.
No problem.
Okay. This here is our pani puri. What you do is you fill in the water into the shell and have it within 1 bite.
Okay.
Quickly, Greg, before you,
Okay,
otherwise
so then I
you'll be
just
wearing
pop
it.
it in.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's a hard thing to do.
Taste some lime in there, yeah?
Lime, mint, chili, cilantro.
So what is this guy? This is
the tamarind pork bifanas,
Okay.
Portuguese buns, with the tamarind sauce that you season it with.
Okay, so this seems like this is maybe like a Chinese or
I knew you were going to say that, but it's not.
Taiwanese
Yeah.
bao.
Actually, the tamarind is very, very prevalent in both our cultures. Greg is being very cryptic about his entire experience here. No comments, either on the food or on the entire experience, nothing.
No, really nice. How are you? Nice to meet you.
So I'm curious to know what's going on in his mind.
I'm so glad to see you because we really want someone from Eater to come and dine with us and give an honest opinion.
Well, thank you guys for having me. Yeah. Do you want to hear my honest opinion on the food?
Go for it.
Coming up,
I was thinking that we could get this done in 36 hours. Tom is talking about a week. All of a sudden, we're going to say, oh, guys, oh, by the way, we have to close down.
It's very hard waiting for reviews. I'm completely on pins and needles.
Do you want to hear my honest opinion on the food?
Go for it.
My honest opinion on the food is that I don't really think very much has changed. It seems just like my last meal here, there are some good flavors and they're buried under other flavors, and there are some good textures and they're buried under other textures. It just seems like you guys need to just kind of simplify it a little bit and make it a little bit easier for people to approach this idea. That's my honest opinion.
Like, can you give an example? Any dish like which?
I don't think you should even worry, Anup. Everyone has their individual tastes, and everyone's entitled to their own opinions, and we should leave it at that.
It's a very complicated concept, you know, somebody that's not familiar with all the flavors.
It is a very complicated cuisine. Indian in and of itself is very complicated, and then to add to that, the South American layer is complicated.
Right.
So while I respect your opinion, and you're absolutely entitled to it, and that's the way I felt about Eater all along, I think we should just agree that you and I have very different philosophies.
The only thing I can speak from is my own personal
fair enough.
taste.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I apologize. I do have something to run to.
Thanks for inviting
Okay.
me in and
My
and
pleasure.
hearing me out.
Meeting, were you disappointed?
Absolutely, because it would have been fantastic to have won him over. But is our self-esteem linked purely to Eater's opinion of us? I would have closed doors year one had that been the case. I'm still around.
All right, listen, Ava, if you want to be ready for Oldies night, you got to do a little training.
I'm in the middle of an essay.
Don't worry about your essay. That can wait.
But you say school comes
The
first.
school always comes first, but tonight we got to train. Ava wants to actually do some serving on Oldies night. I don't know if she's ready for it, but she's going to have to step up and show me. I'm going to make you and Mario be like pretend customers. You're going to walk through the door. She's going to...
Me and Mario are going to
Yeah. Going to sit down, going to pretend you're eating, pretend you're ordering, so we're going to do the whole thing. All right? All right, we got 2 customers coming, Ava.
Hi, how are you?
How you doing?
How many?
She's 12 years old and, you know, she's interacting with adults that want to have a good meal. She has to understand she's not talking to her friends.
Hi, would you gentlemen like a cocktail, wine, or any type of drink tonight?
What do you have?
Look at the menus.
You have to talk a certain way, you have to be a certain way, and make sure she takes care of the customers the way we always done it. And that's going to be my responsibility. I'm going to have to show her how to do that. So now bring the wine glasses. Never take it from here. Always take it from down here.
Okay.
All right? I don't know if my daughter Ava is ready to really know how to take care of the customers.
Give me your best chicken parmesan, please.
And what would you like for your main course?
I will have the tilapia.
Okay, how do you spell that?
Tilapia, T-I-L-A-P-I-A. We got to go to the kitchen, and we got to give them the order. So come on. You write chicken palm.
Wherever?
Across here.
Oh.
The real world challenges of just working in a restaurant, period, whether you just started or you've been an expert for how long we've been doing it for, it's a great education. No? Okay, wait, bring that back.
Okay.
You're not going to hand him the dish because it's hot. Usually try and put it to his right. His right
Oh,
side.
okay.
Okay? You don't want to try and reach across. It's kind of rude. You want to come around them, okay? And put it next to them. You got to know how to take care of the people. You got to hustle. There's a lot of moving parts that people don't see that goes on in the restaurant business. Now for dessert.
Now for dessert,
That's a
we have...
limoncello mascarpone cake.
What cake?
Limoncello mascarpone cake.
Limoncello
mascarpone. All right.
cake. I like the idea of waiting tables, but some people could be like very, very difficult to handle. And I would tell them to get out right now and never come here again. Like I would be that type of person like, you know what, stop it, get out.
Wait, did I just hear you say that you're throwing out customers already?
I would
Wait,
want
wait, wait.
If,
First,
if so,
in order for you to throw out customers, first you have to learn how to take care of them. Then I'll let you know which ones you have to throw out. So I don't know if she's ready for any of this, but we'll see what happens. Oldies night, gonna be a big thing. A lot of people. It's gonna be quick. It's gonna be fast. So hopefully you'll be ready. Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
So I met with the potential new kitchen designers today at Bedford, and they gave me good news and bad news, really. The good news is we can fit everything that's downstairs, upstairs. The bad news is I was thinking that we could get this done in 36 hours. I mean, I can map it all out in my head. Tom is talking about a week. So if he's talking about a week, usually things go longer than you want them to take. It's like, what did you say last week? It's this, the sales are up on Bedford. The new management team is doing a great job. And now all of a sudden we're going to say, oh, guys, oh, by the way, we have to close down. We have to find a compromise where we're not closed for a week. 5 days in contractor time is 10 days in real life. And that is not going to work for me.
I believe that it's time that we really consider an appeal. And based on what I've researched, there's a potential for us to win.
What is the worst outcome if we do appeal?
I don't know that there's any worse outcome than we already have right now. We've got employees to worry about. We've got guests to worry about. We've got potential investors to worry about. From a brand perspective, are people going to think that we're not doing things the right way when we really, really are? There's a lot of risk with this. When you built the place, you built it to code. You put in the sprinklers, you put in the safety doors, you put in everything that was approved on the plans. The building's 100% safe. That's why we should appeal.
An appeal might be the way to go. At the same time, I don't want to be stuck in limbo, spending money on lawyers and worrying. Plus, at the end, I could just lose anyway and be in the exact same situation I'm in now. But it's a mind-bogglingly frustrating situation that, frankly, if I have to talk about for one more second, my hat will just pop off my head and my head could explode like a giant pimple on a rat's ass. All right, well, let's set it in motion then. We should call the lawyers up and just start the appeal process.
Perfect.
Having consumed enough? Visit the show at cnbcprime.com/consume.
3 orders. 3 orders of the Pinocchio.
How's your mom, Anthony?
She hasn't been doing great. She hasn't felt right.
Oh, she's home now?
Yeah, she's home. My mom just got home from the hospital, and I'm going to tell her about the oldies idea we have. To have my mom sick, it's really upsetting because I would rather have her involved with us because I know she'd really want to be involved in making this whole thing come together.
She's a very nice lady, your mom.
Better believe it.
Lately, like, when she comes, she doesn't feel, like, happy, like, she doesn't
She
feel
hasn't
like...
felt great in the last few months, that's why. We all miss her in here. Even the guys that work here miss her. They like her breaking chops with them and kidding around and laughing, and, you know, she brightens up everybody's day when she walks in. I'm gonna make my mom an eggplant parmesan and surprise her at the house. Bring it over there. My mom isn't the type of person that looks for sympathy from anybody from being sick, but I want to be there for her. I'm really looking forward to honoring my dad's dream of oldies night here at Ann and Tony's. And I know my mom, she's gonna be on board 1,000%. She's gonna get better. We're gonna make sure she does.
EATER is only one of over 30 press outlets that matter in the New York food world. It's clear that we didn't win EATER over, but I know that just 1 or 2 other awesome write-ups will turn the tide completely. But it's very hard waiting for reviews. It won't be long before I'll know, have we received the New York press that we set out to accomplish?
Things are progressing. A lot of the food bloggers are coming out with their reviews right away. A lot of the major New York press, as we discussed, does reviews anonymously, so we just have to make sure that they're well aware that we're in relaunch stage. New York Daily News did a review. He came in anonymously. So that'll be coming out soon. That's a big win for us.
I'm so happy about the New York Daily News, but I don't know how it's going to pan out. A food critic from the New York Daily News came in anonymously to experience our menu, and I believe he's ready with his review. I'm completely on pins and needles.
I know what he said.
Oh, you know what he said? And I don't.
You will.
I know, but that's ridiculous.
Well, there's a lot of things I want to know that you won't tell me. Maybe we can make a trade. How much is the rent? And I'll tell you exactly what he said.
No go. So I just want to thank you all. I know we pushed each other. I've pushed you all so much. We've gone ballistic at times and vice versa. All of us like so badly want to succeed in everything. We will not know immediately if this relaunch is a success. It takes time to build up buzz. But at this point, I've done everything in my power to turn this restaurant around. The reviews are really beyond my control, and there's not much else I can do other than wait.